We have made it to the end, guys. There's 2 games left in La Liga. If Real Madrid wins tomorrow, they mathematically win La Liga. Welcome back to El Merengue Culé. I hope you're having a great day. Today we have a joint pre-game analysis since both Real Madrid and Barcelona, and for that matter, all teams in La Liga, are all playing at the same time tomorrow. I want to give a quick apology for not being able to make it to the last game that my brother, he covered very well, those reactions. So if you have not checked that video out, make sure you go check out Real Madrid beat Granada and his heart be basically broken. And so, with that being said, we have 2 games coming up. Real Madrid will play Villarreal.
In Barcelona, OSASUNA.
Yep, so right away, do you got any quick news for us?
So yeah, we actually saw Dembele come back into training, which is very big news. We saw the young actually get cleared to be able to play in this next game. We'll talk a little bit more in depth about that.
We'll move on, right? So actually, now that we know that the young is back in the squad, let us know down in the comments if you think he's gonna get the chance to play any minutes or even start. I'm kind of curious to see what you guys think about that. As for Real Madrid, we have Jovic. Jovic is back. He finally tested negative. Well, not finally, but he tested negative for the 3rd time in a row, meaning he's cleared to be called up, which could be big. But anyways, let's actually get started with opponents.
Tell us a little bit about Villarreal.
So Villarreal, we've already covered them before when they played Barcelona. And so I was looking at their past 5 games, and they have out of their last 5 games, they have won 3 and lost 2. Now, when they were going to play against Barcelona, like 3 games ago, we were talking about how their form had been great. Since the restart, amazing. They played Barcelona, and it's like they crashed into a wall. Their form has come crashing down, and since losing to Barcelona 4-1, they actually did go on to beat Getafe 3-1, which was a huge victory for them, but then they lost their next game to Real Sociedad. So in their last 3 games, they have conceded 9 goals, and have actually only scored 2. So that's pretty big.
Osasuna, they're an average team.
Currently 11th place in La Liga.
11th place, they just came from beating Vigo. Good win, Vigo can be a tough opponent, but they did lose 3-0 to Real Betis. So it's like,
seem kind of inconsistent.
Yeah, inconsistency is a big factor for them, I think.
Definitely. I think another thing I would add for Osasuna is they're currently 11th place in La Liga, and mathematically, they can still make it to European spots, to the Europa League. However,
it's hard.
Realistically, it's nearly impossible. So that kind of brings questions to me as how much want Osasuna will have.
Yeah.
Maybe if they want to help out Real Madrid to ruin, finish breaking down Barcelona. However, on the other side for Villarreal, they are currently 5th place in La Liga. In that European spot, they can't make it to Champions League anymore, but they definitely want to hold on to their Europa League qualification. And they have Getafe and Real Sociedad, the last 2 teams that they, funny enough, just played against, right beneath them, both 3 points underneath. So they definitely don't want this loss. However, I think that's going to be a kind of a key into this game, because I think Villarreal is going into the mentality of, rather than we want to win, we need to secure this European spot. Yeah. I think they're going in there with a mentality of like being scared.
Okay.
Of not wanting, rather than achieving it, not wanting to lose it. Especially with their recent form, where they've lost against Real Sociedad, they lost against Barca. They see their form kind of start to trickle down. So I think that may bring in some fear into them, which could be capitalized by Real Madrid if they can score relatively early and get a second one in. That could put them away.
Yeah, Real seems to be an attacking team. I wonder if that potential fear could force them to play back a bit. Maybe not be in their most comfortable form, shape, at least. Right.
Because something that we saw whenever they played Barcelona was their struggles to come back in defense. Yeah. They're a great attacking team. Wonderful attacking team. But the moment they lose the ball, the transition kind of gets destroyed, which is going to bring me into why I'm predicting my lineup later on in the video. So make sure you stay tuned for that. A couple other quick facts that I want to say about Villarreal is they have won their last 4 away games, and they are playing away against Real Madrid right now. However, they have never won 5 away games in a row. So that's kind of crazy. They'll be looking to break that trend. And lastly, the last 4 games that Real Madrid has played against Villarreal, Villarreal has not won any, but they have managed to tie 3 of them, with Real Madrid only winning 1 of those. So that could be a pretty big potential in deciding your potential score predictor.
Yeah, against Barcelona OSASUNA, we actually tied them the first time around. It was the third fixture of La Liga. We tied them 2-2. And yes, I know we had a very, very bad start, dropping a lot of points from the beginning, but
they all did.
It does show OSASUNA is a
they
team
have
to be
some,
careful with.
yeah.
We can't just go in the mentality of like, just see what happens. No, we have to have a clear plan.
Yeah, and I think for Barca, their morale throughout this game is going to be highly determined by the score in the Real Madrid game.
Yeah.
Since they're being played simultaneously, I'm sure they're going to have some type of coach or manager on the sideline telling them, oh, like if Villarreal goes up against Real Madrid, they're going to let Barcelona know, oh, Real Madrid is losing, and that's going to pump. That's gonna pump some confidence right into y'all, you know. So that's gonna be a huge determining factor as into how Barcelona, I guess, progress throughout their game tomorrow.
Another potential mentality in Barcelona is like, okay, let's say Madrid goes up early, 2-3-0. I don't know. Maybe Setien will look to try out new tactics, new formations,
potentially
for the Champions League. Kind of look forward to.
Maybe bring in the young, start giving him some minutes, something like that.
Yeah. Perhaps.
So with that being said, let's move on to the players to watch. So who'd you say is the player to watch at OSASUNA?
So Enrique Gallegos, the attacker for OSASUNA.
Okay.
He didn't have the best of starts to La Liga. It took him I think 2016 to get 3 goals. But in the past 3 games, he has scored 3 goals. So he is in a good form, and I do think he'll start. And he's definitely a player we need to watch out for.
That's their striker.
Yeah.
Enrique Gallegos. Interesting. As for Villarreal, when they played Barcelona, we mentioned Gerard Moreno.
Yeah, it's good forward.
Who actually, I was just looking up some more facts about him. The last 2 games that he's played against Real Madrid, he's contributed to 3 goals, with 2 of them being actual goals and the other one assist. So he's got to be a potential player to watch. However, my actual player to watch for this game is Santi Cazorla. Yeah, so he's an old player. He has played for many teams, Arsenal. And fun fact, if you didn't know about him, he actually had a foot injury that led to an infection that almost ended his career. He almost had to get his foot amputated. So that's kind of crazy. And it's nice to see him come back and start to do so good again, But with that being said, in his last 2 games, he has scored 3 goals. So he's definitely a key man for this Villarreal team. I think all the creativity in the attack comes through his feet. So Madrid will definitely want to keep an eye out for those 2.
If you can neutralize them, you cut a big part of their game out.
And we saw whenever Villarreal subbed him out against Barcelona, their attack got 100%. Dismantled. So definitely. So what about for Barcelona? Who would you say is their player to watch?
So seeing that Griezmann is actually injured and he will be playing,
done for the rest of the season,
Ansu Fati should start. I think he has a clear opening in that left attacking wing, and I do think he'll want to kind of redeem himself for that red card. I don't think he meant for that to be a red card. I don't think he meant to cause an harm.
Yeah.
But as a young player, you don't want to show yourself to have weaknesses. You want to show the strengths. So I think he'll be there, have explosion, and be overall good.
And I think Barca's definitely going to need him, especially with Luis Suarez being so out of form right now, and a Messi that looks a little bit quiet lately.
Yeah, he's
actually not scored. He scored 1 goal in his past 7 games.
Yeah,
which I find pretty insane. It being a penalty too.
Yeah,
that's kind of mind blowing for me. But anyways, as to for Real Madrid, then I'm kind of going to link it to Messi not scoring in the past 7 games.
Okay.
Karim Benzema. He is 3 goals away from being the Pichichi of La Liga. Messi has 22 goals. Karim Benzema has 19 with 2 games left. I can see Karim Benzema scoring 3 in his last 2. However, I can also see Messi. You never know when he can score any moment. Yeah. So he's obviously, like I've always say, Karim Benzema always shows great leadership, great determination for the team. Scored last game, so hopefully he can find another goal. Villarreal is a team that's going to give Real Madrid a lot of space because of their attacking nature. So Real Madrid will definitely find a lot of counterattacks, which I kind of want to transition to my predicted lineup for Real Madrid. In the back, the same 4 in the back as always with Courtois. So Courtois in goal, Dani Carvajal, Rafa Varane, Sergio Ramos, and Mendy, who had a great game against Granada with that beautiful golazo that you had to react to. In the center mid, I'm going to switch up my lineup. I usually go with a 4-3-3, but this time I'm going to go with a 4-4-2 because I want to keep Modric in. He had a great game against Granada, brought a lot of creativity. We finally saw, I think, a more rested Modric, who I think we kind of want to continue. Yes, I know he's been racking up a lot of minutes, where Zidane could potentially want to hold back from him, but I would love to see that creativity continue. So I'm going to keep Casemiro at the center defensive mid. On the right side, Fede Valverde, left side Toni Kroos, and Modric commanding that attacking midfielding position. And up top, I'm going to have Karim Benzema to try to bag up those goals, and Vinicius Jr. as a striker. So test him out in a kind of a different position. You know, he can probably drift out wide, but Vinicius Jr., he hasn't played that many of the games lately, and not really because he played bad, but rather because Rodrigo was playing very well.
Him and Benzema have been linking up really well.
They definitely have. Which, you know, I could see Zidane trying to give that some continuity, but my guess, if I were the coach, I would go for Vinicius Jr. to take advantage of that pace because Villarreal is going to give you so much space in the back.
For Barcelona, I mean, the backline it's pretty much secure to stay the same. Ter Stegen, Semedo, Piqué, Lenglet, and Jordi Alba.
Yeah.
The midfield, we saw Ricky Puig go out relatively early last game,
and it affected them.
So I will see him starting kind of more of an attacking mid role. We need Sergio Busquets, kind of like that anchor. Just solidify the team, you know, keep that continuity. And since Rakitic also didn't start last game, I could see him starting this game. And be it that Griezmann is injured and won't be able to play, I could see us running a 4-3-3. So up top it'll be Ansu Fati on the left wing, Suarez at striker, and Messi on the right wing. It'll be interesting since Suarez hasn't been in the best of forms.
Take him out. Put Braithwaite in.
Yeah, I don't think he'll start. I don't think Braithwaite will start, but I think Braithwaite will definitely get some minutes, which we haven't seen in a few games now.
Yeah, so. I know. He hasn't played in a while. Yeah. With that being said, guys, let's move on to the final segment, which is our score prediction. So we're each going to give our score prediction. The video's already running kind of long. So what do you think?
For Real Madrid, I'm seeing a 1-1. Just because of... They just played on Monday. They haven't had as big of a rest as like other teams have, as Barca has.
Yeah.
And
that's a good team.
Villarreal is a very attacking team. Gerard Moreno could easily put one in. So that's my prediction.
I mean, coming into the last 4 games for Real Madrid, we knew Villarreal was the toughest of all the opponents.
Yeah.
However, with the recent form, that's why I think this actually may not be that hard of a game. But precautions should definitely be taken. And with that being said, I think Real Madrid wins La Liga tomorrow at El Di Stéfano with a 3-1 victory over Villarreal. They're going to get 2 goals early, and then Villarreal will bring comeback with 1 goal, and then Real Madrid will seal it off. And with that being said, I also think Barcelona will win 3-1. So 2 3-1 scores for me.
For Barcelona, I'm seeing a 2-0. I'm seeing Messi getting another penalty or some sort of set piece, and Ansu Fati being the other scorer.
Yeah. Guys, with that being said, let us know if you think De Jong is going to play. Let us know any score predictions. Remember, we always give a shout out. With that being said, guys, I actually forgot. With that being said, guys, last video I wasn't here, so I was not present and I was not able to give the shout out for one of our viewers that correctly predicted the Real Madrid score as 2-1, and that is Jenny de la Garza, who correctly predicted the score. Again, that's twice that she's already predicted it. So you guys, the other people better pick it up. With that being said, let us know your score if you want to get that shout out. If you made it this far, make sure you hit the like down below. What else? Subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you guys have a great day. We will see you next video. And well, ¡A la Madrid!
¡Visca Barça!